thing. Have you ever heard a mournful cry carried on the wind late at night? A sound that chills you to the bone? If you've ever been near a river in Mexico after dark, you might have heard the tale of La Llorona, the weeping woman. Her story has haunted the country for centuries. It speaks of a ghostly woman, draped in white, wandering near rivers and lakes, eternally weeping for her lost children. This isn't just some campfire tale. For many, it's a terrifying reality, a legend that feels all too real in the quiet of the night. So, who is this spectral figure, and what drove her to an eternity of sorrow? Let's delve into the dark waters of one of Latin America's most enduring and frightening legends. The story of La Llorona begins not with a monster, but with a woman named Maria, a beautiful woman from a humble village. Her heart was full of love, especially for her two young sons. She was a devoted mother, and her children were her entire world. But her life took a tragic turn. The man she loved, the father of her children, abandoned her for a woman of higher social standing. Consumed by a storm of jealousy and despair, Maria's mind fractured. In a fit of uncontrollable rage, she took her children to the river, the very place they once played, and, in a horrific act she would instantly regret, she drowned them. As the river's current swept her children away, the fog of her anger lifted, replaced by a crushing, unbearable wave of guilt. She screamed and scrambled along the riverbank, calling their names, but they were gone forever. The weight of her actions was too much to bear. It's said that she died right there on the riverbank, her heart broken by grief. But her spirit found no peace. Consumed by her sorrow and the magnitude of her crime, her soul was condemned to wander the earth. Trapped between the living world and the next, she is cursed to search for her children for all eternity, her anguish echoing in her ghostly cry, Mis hijos, which means, oh, my children. This is the sound that has terrified generations. So, where can you find this tormented spirit? Legends say La Llorona's presence is strongest near the very places that witnessed her tragedy. Bodies of water, late at night, near rivers, lakes, and even desolate irrigation canals. Her wailing is said to drift through the air. Those who are brave, or perhaps foolish enough, to walk these paths after dark, might hear her. Witnesses describe a chilling, inhuman sound of weeping that seems to come from all directions at once. Some say the cry sounds distant when she is near and close when she is far away. A cruel trick of the supernatural to lure you in or catch you off guard. Her appearances are as fleeting as they are frightening, a pale figure moving along the water's edge before vanishing into the mist. These aren't just old tales whispered by grandparents. All across Mexico and the American Southwest, people continue to report chilling encounters. Many have claimed to hear La Llorona's mournful cry drift through their windows at night, a sound so filled with pain it's unforgettable. Some even swear they've seen her silhouette, a tall, slender figure dressed in a flowing white gown, her face obscured by shadows or a veil, gliding silently through the fog near a creek or river. These modern accounts keep the legend alive, blurring the line between folklore and eyewitness testimony. Is it the wind, an animal, or is it truly the weeping woman, still searching, still crying for the children she lost? For centuries, the story of La Llorona has also served a practical purpose. In Mexican culture, she has become a powerful cautionary tale for children. Parents often warn their kids, behave and come home before dark, or La Llorona will get you. The fear is that, in her desperate and confused state, she might mistake a living child for one of her own and snatch them away, pulling them into a watery grave to join her in eternal sorrow. She's become a figure of discipline, a boogeyman whose story is meant to keep children safe, close to home, and away from the dangers that lurk in the dark, especially near water. Like any great legend passed down through oral tradition, the story of La Llorona changes depending on who's telling it and where. From the arid deserts of the north to the lush jungles of the south, each region in Mexico and across Latin America has its own unique version. In some variations, she was an indigenous woman who fell in love with a Spanish conquistador, embodying the tragic clash of two cultures. In other tales, she is less a figure of sorrow and more a spirit of vengeance, punishing unfaithful men or those who neglect their families. These regional differences enrich the legend, showing how a single story can be adapted to reflect the specific fears and values of a community. But La Llorona is so much more than just a ghost story. She is a profound cultural symbol in Mexico. Her legend taps into some of the deepest human emotions: the boundless love of a mother, the consuming darkness of grief, and the eternal pain of loss. She represents the consequences of unchecked passion and the haunting nature of remorse. Her story, passed down from generation to generation, serves as a cultural touchstone, a shared piece of folklore that connects people to their heritage and to the universal themes of life, death, and the sorrow that can follow. She is a reminder of the fragility of the human heart and the ghosts we can create from our own despair. It's no surprise that such a compelling and terrifying figure has crossed over into modern popular culture. Her story has been the subject of countless books, folk songs, television episodes, and, of course, movies. The 2019 horror film, The Curse of La Llorona, part of the Conjuring universe, introduced her terrifying tale to a global audience, solidifying her place in the pantheon of modern horror icons. Her influence is everywhere, a testament to the power of her story to captivate and frighten new generations. La Llorona's legend continues to evolve, proving that a good ghost story never truly dies. So why has the story of the weeping woman endured for so long? La Llorona's wail continues to echo through the centuries because it speaks to universal human fears and emotions: loss, guilt, and the terrifying possibility that some actions can never be undone. Her eternal suffering reminds us of the power of grief and the dark places it can lead us. She is a ghost, born of love, turned to tragedy. Even today, she wanders through the collective imagination, a sorrowful spectre by the water's edge. So, if you ever find yourself near a river late at night and hear a woman crying in the distance, you might want to turn and walk away. Don't go looking for her. She is still searching for her children, and she might just mistake you for one of them. Thanks for joining me on this journey into one of Mexico's most chilling legends. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the world's most fascinating folklore. Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of La Llorona or have your own local ghost stories to share. Stay safe and see you next time.